Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to New Forest Morphs. It's the day before Christmas and I believe Santa's on his way delivering presents, and I'm hoping I've been a good boy that tomorrow I'm blessed with a beautiful unboxing, and hopefully we can share that with you tomorrow on Christmas Day. So that'll be a Christmas Day special to look forward to. First of all, let me just say thank you to all my friends, subscribers, viewers that we've built up over the last year. It's been I was going to say horrendous year. It's been a horrendous year in terms of my health and the family's health and busy businesses, and it's been a difficult year for us all with all the things that are going on out there with the worries and stresses of this life. But now's not the time to think about that. Now's the time to really look forward to the Christmas period now, and to spend some time hopefully with friends and family, and those that maybe are living a little bit lonely at the moment. And this is one of the reasons why I've put out these videos, because I know I'm very aware that not everyone has family, not everyone gets on with family, and they find Christmas very difficult. And so hopefully this video will just cheer you up a little bit if you're feeling a little bit low and you're missing and need some company, you need some snake therapy. We're going to do plenty of snake therapy today. I've got lots of labels to show you, a bit more of my Christmas candy box to share, and we will go through. But let me just thank everyone for your comments for yesterday's video, because it was good to get the feedback. Particularly I did enjoy getting some feedback from Rob, because over the last 12 to 18 months Rob has been so good at supporting us and helping us to see things more correctly and also more accurately. And I think my natural tendency is to want to share information. I don't always get it right, and it's lovely to know that I've got two or three people around me that can help me make those adjustments and to maybe explain things a bit more clearly. Not coming from a scientific background, I'm a bit weak in my science, but I do understand business strategy, and I do understand trying to communicate messages to the people out there that might be getting into this for the first time, because I think hopefully you can relate to me as someone that's trying to learn the skills of keeping ball pythons. It's not easy, it's not straightforward. It is fun, and you do make a lot of mistakes, but that's part of the journey. But hopefully you'll learn from my mistakes and actually have a much smoother transition as you start your collection, as you get breeding. And hopefully we've inspired you to kind of maybe go into breeding or even keeping, whatever you want to do, but just falling in love with these beautiful ball pythons and whatever other reptiles that you like, or any other animals, whatever you decide to take inspiration from. But so today I just wanted to clarify a few things which Rob helped me with. And we were talking about yesterday, I think we were talking about antibiotics and using antibiotics, and I think I probably need to just correct something here, is that the antibiotics do not actually get rid of the virus. What they do is they help the snake, the bacteria that might be building in the snake, the infection. The antibiotics will attack the bacteria that gives the snake some respite to allow its immune system to rebuild and get stronger, de-stress, and then it's the immune system or the antibodies within the snake that actually fights the virus. And I think that's a very important technical point that I really want to make very crystal clear, that that's the case. And you don't need to use antibiotics for every single problem, and I don't think I wanted to give the impression you just jump into antibiotics as a solution, because antibiotics incorrectly applied can be more damaging in other ways, because you can wipe out a lot of good stuff in us which helps us become more resilient. So I'd always say take the antibiotics under the prescription of your vet or doctor, if you're applying it to your personal life as well as your snakes or pets. And the other question that Rob was making me think about was, there isn't actually, we're very lucky enough to actually have a vaccine for the viruses that we have, whether it's a flu vaccine or whether it's a COVID-19 vaccine. And we've all experienced it, most of us, and some of us have held back when there might be some good reasons to do so, because there are side effects, and a lot of people will relate to that with rashes and sore heads, sore throats. There's lots of things that have affected us when we've been taking our vaccines. But I think Rob was saying, I don't think there's any vaccines for snakes out there. At least they've never got to that point where the vets are offering a vaccine for these viruses that I'm aware of. But there may be, and I'd be interested to know if anyone else has experienced that. But I think that was just a couple of things I wanted to just touch on today. That's good feedback from yesterday's video. And the other thing is, because I'm always kind of, I said, my science isn't the strongest part of me, but I am willing to learn. And I think a lot of us struggle with the banana gene because of the male maker and the female maker's side of the same-sex genes. and it is quite hard to get your head around, and I got my head around it 3 or 4 times. But if you're not, with me, unless I'm using that knowledge, I have to reconnect again and relearn it. And so yesterday on the video I was looking at my female banana pastel, and I was thinking, I think she's a female maker, but it dawned on me that it's us boys that create the sex. And that's what Rob was saying, reminding me that it's not the girls that create the sex, it's the boys. If you kind of remember that principle, that the boys determine the sex of the animal, then when it comes to the banana gene, if you've got a female girl, she'll give you 50% boys and she'll give you 50% girls in her clutch. Whereas if you've got a banana boy that's a male maker, and if everything that's a banana will be a male, and everything that will be a non-banana will be female. And we've proven that out with Apollo, because I showed you some of the babies yesterday, or at least a couple of days ago, the Orange Dream clutch. I got 4 girls and 1 boy. The 1 boy was a banana, because Apollo's a banana male maker, but all the other 4 girls are non-bananas, and it's lovely because they're all virtually Orange Dream. So I've ended up with these beautiful Orange Dream girls that I can use for future breeding. So when you've got a male maker, it can be quite nice if they don't produce the banana and they produce the other genes that you want, because they all become girls. So I was very lucky there. But I've now got 2 banana boys that are female makers, and I got those boys this season from Cleo, who's our spider banana girl, and she is a banana. No, she could have given us, I think she could have given us, see how easy it is to get confused here. She could have given us 50% boys or 50% girls. She ended up giving us 2 boys. So that wasn't, she's not a male maker, she can't determine the sex. So I've just been lucky enough that she's given me 2 males that are female makers. That makes sense, and it's probably going to confuse everybody, but anyway, so I said to Rob yesterday, I said, okay, so if I grow up one of my boys and I plug that boy who's a banana male maker, a banana female maker, into the pastel banana girl that I showed yesterday, what would we get? Now we'd get some super bananas, so that'll take a banana gene from the father and a banana gene from the mother, so you get super bananas that have very little spots, very clean, which I'd love to get. But also you could get normals, because no guarantee that the banana gene is going to be in the next generation, even if both parents carry those bananas, because I think there's still a chance you can get a normal. And then the next question I said to Rob is, what will be the sex? Because you've got to work out the sex of what you're getting. You're putting a banana female maker boy to a banana girl that will produce either males or boys. Put those together, what are the bananas going to be? You think to yourself, all the bananas are supposed to be girls, but the banana female can produce a banana girl as well. So that's not the case in this case. So when you've got a banana female maker, every banana he produces will be female, providing the mother isn't a banana, if that makes sense. Oh, isn't Christmas lovely to try and get a head around all these things? But that's what makes genetics so much fun, I think. So anyway, I think if you want to know the answer, go and read Rob's comment on yesterday's video, because he gives you a detailed answer there, and I'm probably not doing him justice, but I try and relay what Rob's teaching me, and I probably get it all wrong anyway, so it's best to read his comments, I think, and do your interpretation. But I am trying to understand this, but it does get the old brain cells going a little bit. Anyway, it's Christmas time, so we need to be happy. I'm trying to think what else I was going to do today. So there was that, we talked about that. Let's have a look at some snakes, shall we? I think that's the best thing I can do, is let the snakes do the talking. So, to make life easy for me, I've got a couple of snakes near me now. I'm just going to flip the camera. And the first candy I'm going to show you is Amber. I've had this clown girl for 3 years. She's never given me a clutch. Just to let everyone know coming into the hobby. Oh, she's right at the back, she's taking heat. I think, there she is. Now, she's big enough to give me a clutch. She's chilled. There she is. And she's locked, so I know she's got the capability of producing. She's never given me a clutch in 2 years. Is this going to be the year, is the big question. I hope it is, because she is a beautiful pastel clown. And we just got to hope and pray that she'll give us a clutch. So there's the first bit of candy. So let's move our way forward here. And what else have I got? Yeah, we've got over here some more snakes I haven't shown you for a while. So let's let's see what we've got here. So this is cappuccino. So I suppose keeping in the Christmas spirit, people like their cappuccinos Christmas time with top cream on them. Staying with an Italian theme, being half Italian myself, and a lot of people like Italian food during Christmas, and we certainly do. We give a lot of Italian gifts because part of my family are Italian. And this girl here is Cappuccino, and I thought it was a boy when I bought it. It turned out to be a girl, and she has given us 2 babies, which I'll show you later. I think they were, one was a Mojave and one was a Lesser Platy. This is a Lesser Platinum, so it's in the Lesser, but it's a very platinum looking Lesser, and you can see why. She's very platinum in colour, but it's the next generation that produces some incredibly bright and amazing Lesser Platies that are very powerful going into further genes. So it's lovely to have one of these in our collection. I'm very grateful to have her, and she is productive, she produces. And then below her, I'm going to show you some behaviour, but first let's have a look at Cleo, who's this banana girl. She has got a little bit of a spiral and wobble. It's not too bad, but it is there. She's the banana spider girl that gave us those 2 boys that I showed you yesterday, and she was a beautiful, bright girl, and she gave us 2 babies. So she's another mother, and we'll just put her back. And then below her, right at the bottom here, we've got another banana. It's a day of bananas here. Maybe because I'm going bananas, we're going to show the bananas now. This is Jared's first ever banana. He is one of the friendliest snakes in the world. He's going into shed right now. Rango is his name. And this morning, because he's in shed, he was bathing in his water bowl to help him shed. Because I think the larger animals, although we've got 64% humidity, I'm trying to get it up for the bigger animals. 60% is good for medium-sized animals and the babies, but the larger animals just need more humidity. So there's 2 or 3 things we can do there. I might spray down some of their rubs, the bigger animals, if I can't get the ambient humidity up, but it won't need a lot of spraying down. It'll only be an extra 10%. So I reckon the larger animals are probably better with 70%. So there's the 3 there. Let's have a look and see the other animals I was going to share with you. Now, this one up here is a powerful, powerful boy. His name's Samo, but he's a firefly, which is a fire pastel, 100% double het for Orange Ghost, and he's pied. So let's have a little look at him, see whether he wants to show himself to us. He's been put to my double het girl, but he hasn't locked yet, so I'm hoping that all this resting period and giving him time to de-stress, and he's now eating very comfortably, will help him, because Firefly is beautiful, but can you imagine Firefly in pied and in Orange Ghost? It would be amazing. Isn't he lovely? He's got a nice temperament as well. And it's raining outside, another good day for breeding, but I'm going to hold back. Just put him back. He's a lovely boy, and he's big enough. He is producing sperm, but he hasn't really locked yet, and I'll show you his wife. You can see the one that I'm trying to, it's this one here, Money Penny. So she's the one that I think wants a lock, and she's big enough and mature enough to go, and she's burning follicles. Just hoping her husband will be able to work it all out. And there she is, isn't she lovely? So she's close to 2 kilograms. She's seriously chilled. I'll just zoom in on her and just show you what she looks like. There she is, lovely. Really beautiful. So, I would love to see a Orange Ghost pied with the pastel. She's pastel as well, so there's a chance that we could get a super pastel Orange Ghost pied, which could be absolutely gorgeous. So today we're going to focus on, oh, before we go there, I see something flickering in the light box. What's going on over there? Oh, it is Christmas. Let's have a little look and see. Wow, I must have been a good boy. Look, Father Christmas has actually sent us a gift. Now I can't open it till tomorrow, But that'll be an interesting one for tomorrow to see how good a boy I've been this year. And he's also left some of his little helpers, which is the little snowmen. Let's have a little look and see. Oh, that's lovely. We've even got the rain effect. Isn't that lovely? So I'm bringing you guys a little bit of snow, just in case you're not getting snow where you are. And that's lovely. So we shall look forward to tomorrow's video on Christmas Day. We'll open that up tomorrow. Going to be a good boy. I'm not going to break into it today. So these are the animals we're going to have a quick look at. And let's start with the, let's have a look, the lesser platy. This is the son, this is a boy. I've kept him because having a lesser platy boy that's come from that girl, he's going into shed, I think, but so you're not going to see him at his best, which is a shame. But honestly, the platinum in here is just unbelievable. And he's in shed, but just look how pretty he is, isn't he lovely? That's a lesser daddy platy, and it's actually brighter than the mother. And I think there's something going on there with the genes, that if you produce a baby from a mother, there's an even more brightening effect that can come on the next generation. But I'm not 100% certain on that. It might be worth looking into that. But do believe that the lesser platy daddy is a very valuable asset to have in your collection, because it has this enhanced lightning properties that are just very good for other combos. So having one of those boys is well worth having in the collection, so I'm very grateful that I got a boy. And then the other side of that coin is we did actually produce, and this guy is a Mojave, which came out of Cappuccino, and the dad, I think, was, I can't remember the dad was actually Perlo, which is one of our bells. I should really show you the dad, but I think the dad's in shed, but he was a complete white snake, but he's a Mojave, and she's just done a poo. I've cleaned her today, I've got to give her a clean. So I'm getting a little bit of a wee, a shed and a poo, which is probably going to be symbolic of tomorrow's celebration. Oh, look at that, there you go. So this is the brother of the other snake I just showed you, and it's a Mojave. So that Mojave came from the father's genes, and again, it's a very good example of a Mojave. And this one hasn't been tamed much, so what we could do is see whether we can tame it and handle it a little bit. Now let me just see whether it'll attack. You'll see I used this just to see he's not attacking that, which is good. He is quite a nervous snake because we've not handled him much, so I'm just gonna, so I've done that, so he's not striking. If I come behind his back, see whether he'll let me pick him up. There we go. So he's getting more accustomed to us. He's turning towards me, and he's still a little bit nervous. But there, just spending a little bit of time with him, and he is going to get more conditioned. So 1 or 2 minutes of just let him get used to us and conditioned. We'll just gently put him down, and he will explore. Look, he wants to explore. Put him down. See, I had to be very careful there. Can you see how careful I had to be there? Because he could have easily struck me there. So he needs more taming. And we've got a bit of wildlife. I've got a blackbird out in the back garden here. There we go. Isn't that nice? So we're in the New Forest here, getting lots of wildlife here. Let's just put this guy back. We'll need to clean him, so I'm glad that I spotted that. So thank you very much. Let's just put him back. I'm looking forward to actually having someone else come and join me in the facility, because filming and doing everything like I'm doing is not easy. This is the other ones I was going to show you, some white candy. Some white candy sticks for you. Now we've produced 2 female bells this year. So going through and share my candy box with you has actually given me an opportunity to just give you guys an update on the season. And there she is, look at that. She's a beautiful Mocha Mojave, 100% ultra male. She's got that lovely blue eye, and she's a bell. So we hit 2 of those. So I suppose being Christmas, we've got to bring out the bells and ring out the bells. A little bit of jingle bells. I won't give you my jingle bell rock, but if you want a bit of entertainment, I've got plenty of videos from last year. Have a look at my Christmas series last year if you want to enjoy a little bit of me letting my hair down. This is her sister that's just going into shed. That's twice as big. She's now eating small Maltese, and she's just had an incredibly strong appetite when she was out of the egg, no messing about, and I think she's over 300 grams, and she's only, what, 3 months old, so she's put on an average of 100 grams per month. For a hatchling is pretty amazing, and that's feeding just once a week that she's got to that size, so she might just be a genetically big snake. But so there's 2 of our white Christmases. I could sing you I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, but I shall share you the pain. Spare you the pain, not share you the pain, spare the pain. What else have we got here? Now, because it's Christmas, we've also got to think about the kind of food that we'd like to eat at breakfast. So we've got here a Cinnabon, which is part of our cinnamon clutch. Jared's Gill Toast gave us a really big clutch with about 9 or 10 babies, I think, or 10 eggs. Let's have a look and see how she's doing. So this is a cinnamon that's 100% het for clown, and she's about 400 grams. She was born, I think it was beginning of March this year, and she's probably about 400 grams, and you can just see how beautiful she is. So isn't that lovely? Really, really good. And as they get bigger, we'll move them up to bigger rubs, but she is going to be an amazing part of our future plans because we can get banana cinnamon clowns out of her. Now I've got my banana clown boys. Can you imagine if we put those together and produce banana cinnamon clowns? Would be absolutely gorgeous. This is Graham, who's the older brother of Cinnabon, and just look at him as an example. Now you can see Jared chose a very, very good example of cinnamon in the mother, and you can see how important that is when you produce the future offspring. Just look at the crazy, crazy, crazy patterns and the size. Oh, just all doing ever so well. And again, these are feeding on, I think, medium-sized Maltese. And I'll just show you another one which is from a different clutch. So this is from our Mocha Girl, Beanie, and this is I think it's a Mocha 100% het ultra male. And I'll show you what the Mocha looks like. Now this one hasn't really been tamed very much, so what I might do is just try and bring it forward a little bit, take the hide off, and you'll have a look and see that it's becoming more like its mother. So it's Mocha, meaning a chocolate colour, very similar to the chocolate gene, but it gets darker. So if you're looking for a darkening gene, it also produces bells. I believe that is an example of a Mocha. And look how bright the alien heads are in contrast to the very deep black gene going behind it, and they've got a nice deep chocolate head to it. I actually think it's a very, very pretty snake. And if you're looking for a nice hot chocolate during Christmas, you've got your Mocha here, part of your candy. And I'll just put the hide back in. And again, you can see how well they're doing. I reckon this one is a female, and she is about not far off 300 grams. So we'll just put her back. So she's pretty chilled. She's happy. And again, she's eating small Maltese. I'm just going to push that back because Chad built this, but I'm not going to say it's not perfect because we've got a few issues with this system here, because it's a bit tight in places and it's a bit loose in other places, but that's the nature of the beast when you do a homemade jobby. Down here is the last clutch of the season. I was going to show you what we've got here. Now these have not been tamed. Do I show you, hopefully not get bitten, how we tame these animals? I might just use this as an experiment. I know I've been trying all week to not get bitten, and I've only been bitten once this week from these hatchlings. I'm just going to see whether we can have a look at this. Now we think it's a Mojave, but it could be a phantom because they're so similar as hatchlings. But I think that's a phantom, Mojave. You see, it's a little bit scatty. It's a bit nervous. But look how bright that is. It's got the yellow brightness in the floating heads. We think it's a Mojave, and that would be from the daddy there, which would have been Titus, who's the Mojave Ultramale. So this is 100% het for Ultramale as well, and beautiful example of Mojave. Very versatile and powerful gene that can go either white or black, depending on what you put it with, and that's why it's so popular. It's incredibly versatile. So right, let's just try a little bit of taming behaviour. It's a little bit nervous because you can see it's panting. So I'm just going to put the tissue in and see whether it attacks it or whether it just goes into submission. So I'm just touching its head gently. Okay, that's fine. So I'll come in behind it, and whether it will let me pick it up, I really don't know. It could turn and bite me, but it may not. There we go, do you see that? So it's not really, it's going on the defensive. Now I'll go in again. It's hissing at me. Can you see it just needs extra time? So what I'm going to do is, because it's stressed out at the moment, I'm just going to put its hide back on. I think it's covered in paper, and note that it's stressed. So the key here is not to stress it out, but you've got to do a little bit of interacting and put it through a little bit of pain or stress, minimal amount, and each day you do a little bit each day, and it'll eventually realise you're not a predator and it'll soften. But if you leave them completely on their own, you're going to end up with this very fiery snakes, which would be hard to socialise. And also I'm thinking about the future owners. They don't want a snake that's going to be biting them, so you've got to learn how to socialise your hatchlings before you sell them, in my book. Give the new owners a chance to... There we go, this one is another Mojave from the same clutch. Can you see it's all ready to eat and pounce, so I won't mess with it. And the other one down here, let's see how this is doing. I think this is the purple passion. We've got 3 purple passions, and here's one of them here. They're eating well. There you go, there's the purple passion. And the purple passion is a phantom Mojave, 100% het for ultra male, and these are girls. I believe they're girls. Actually no, we haven't sexed them yet, so we don't know what they are yet. So we'll have to, we were going to sex them after their second shed, and they're starting to eat. But putting on good weight, so Jared will be pleased to know that they're all doing well. And I think that just about wraps up the candy for today. I hope that you've enjoyed the video today, and tomorrow we're going to do a special, Christmas Day special, so please look forward to joining us tomorrow. I want to wish everyone a wonderful Christmas, have a wonderful time, and we shall catch you tomorrow. Bye bye for now.